Lads, today we are reacting to the WNBA Power Rankings. We are reacting to the WNBA Power Rankings, lads. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and I'm going to predict. This is the ESPN and I'm going to predict who is where. My prediction is I think they're going to go Liberty 1. I think they're going to go Liberty 1. I think they're going to have Sun 13, obviously. Obviously the Sun at 13. I think I have Liberty 1, Lynx 2. I think they're going to go Mercury 3, Dream 4, Aces 5. Fever 6. Storm 7. Sky 8. Sky 8, that'll be my prediction. So, 13, the Connecticut Sun. They're down 1 from last week. Did they have the Sky as the worst last week? The Sun beat the Fever 85-83 on Friday behind Marina Maber's 26 points, but the celebration of the season's first win didn't last long. They lost 100-58 2 days later, shot 31% while allowing Liberty to make 62.3%. Like, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny, I have to say. That was funny. The Wings, obviously, they're 1-6. The Dallas Wings at 11. The Wings got their first win of the season, scoring 109 points against the Sun, dropped back-to-back games against Chicago. Paige Bueckers was placed in concussion protocol and missed the second meeting with Sky. She's expected to be at least one more game. It is an interesting one when it comes to, like, the Wings. Because the Wings have had a few games that have looked okay, but I think the Dallas Wings in 12th is fine because they're 1-6. However, the Sparks have got to be 11th. The Sparks absolutely stink. The Sparks really stink as well. So I would be half considering the Sparks below the Wings. The Sparks are really, really bad. Kelsey Plum's getting hers, I guess. Like, she's getting hers. But that's about it. The Sparks at 11, yeah. They're 2-6. They blew an 18-point lead. They lost 3 in a row versus Atlanta, Vegas, and Phoenix, giving up an 18-point first half lead against Mercury to fall to 85-80 on Sunday. Bigger issue, though, is the status of Rickea Jackson. He's not with the team the past 2 games due to personal reasons. No one has a clue what's going on with Rickea Jackson. No one has a clue. Like, if you're going to trade, she missed 3 games in concussion protocol. She played 12 minutes against the Dream, and then she's just gone for personal reasons. Like, at this stage, you just trade. Just tank the season and trade Rickea Jackson. Go get yourself Camila Cardoso. The Sky are dumb. The Sky are going to be dumb. They're going to give you Camila. Go give yourself Camila Cardoso. And then you imagine playing Cardoso with Brink when Hamby's done. Imagine when Hamby's kind of like done from the Sparks. And imagine putting in freaking Brink and Cardoso. 10. Are they just going to go seeding? Because if they go seeding, it's the Fever here, isn't it? Or no, it's the Sky. It's the Sky at 10, surely. The Valkyries 10. Yeah. Valkyries 10. That makes sense. The Valkyries had who was third? Oh, the Sky were 13 last week. Valkyries had to face WNBA's best team last week, losing twice to New York and at home to Minnesota. They were positive. Second matchup against the Liberty was much closer. And they were really close to the Lynx too. I don't understand how you, at this point in time, you can put the Valkyries ahead of the Sky in the power ranking. Or the Sky ahead of the Valkyries in the power rankings. The Valkyries have lost 4 games. Yes, one of them was against the Sparks. But, like, the games that the Valkyries have lost, the other ones were against, like, they beat the Mystics who were ahead of them. They beat the Sparks, but their games that they lost were literally Liberty and Lynx. Liberty and Lynx. 9 Sky, surely. The Fever below, oh, you know what? Fever below the Sky, fair enough. Fair enough. How were the Fever ranked 6th a week ago? It was a rough week for Indiana. The news that Caitlin Clark missed at least 2 weeks was followed by loss to Washington, Connecticut. Latter of the Suns only win a season. Clark's fellow guards, Sid Colson and Sophie Cunningham, were injured against Connecticut. Neither is expected to be out long, but the Fever still signed Ari McDonald. Fair enough. I don't understand how... Who's on first? What? I don't know why my name followed by a place in Scotland has to do with anything, but or who's in first? I would assume the Liberty, but the Fever in 9th, the Sky in 8th. Wow. Sky climbed out of last place. Their first 2 wins, back to back the wins over the Wings. Cardoso with a career high 23 points. Ariel Atkins led the way. Those wins followed a 5-point loss to Phoenix. Things might be up for the Sky. That was a 5-point. By the way, that was a 5-point loss to the Phoenix Suns when they're up 16 points in the second half. Are we gonna go that far? Lads, are we going that far that the Sky are better than the Fever? Are we going that far with things? Because I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna go that far. Because the Sky did lose by 35 to the Fever. And I also don't understand how the Valkyries are below the Fever in the Sky. The Valkyries have beaten a better team than both of them. The Mystics... What? How have you ranked the Mystics at 6? The Mystics have lost 4 of their last 5, and their only win was against the Fever without Caitlin Clark. In their last 5. After winning 3 in a row, they lost 3 straight over the past week. Minnesota versus Atlanta and Vegas. The home loss was dreams particularly frustrating. They led by 17 points early in the third quarter, letting that narrow lead and leading out of 3 heading into 4 and ultimately losing by 7. While they rallied back to their own 17-point haul against the Aces, the Storm couldn't close the gap in 70-75 defeat. The one positive for the Chicago Storm, the Seattle Storm, is that the development of Dominique Malonga. That is their one big positive, is how well Dominique Malonga is starting to develop. Like, Erica Wheeler's looked fantastic. Oh, it's a joke. Albert and Costello. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the $5, by the way, both times. Thank you. Okay, I was just very, very confused. I was very confused at that. But the improvement in Dominique Malonga is the huge great thing for the Seattle Storm. Like, Gabby Williams, Neka, and Skylar are still all playing well. Their big three's fine. The only huge problem with the Storm is that Ezi Magbagor has had a massive career regression. Like, Ezi Magbagor has genuinely... She's not even blocking shots anymore. She has regressed massively as a player. She has regressed hugely. And the Storm at 7, fair. Like, there is absolutely no reason. There's absolutely no reason why the Storm should be behind the Mystics. The Mystics at 6. Last week, they beat the Fever at a neutral site game held in Baltimore. Neutral site game in Baltimore. It was in, like, what are you talking about? Then fell at home to the Liberty. All things considered, it's been a solid start for Team Respect to struggle. Sykes leads Wizards, or the Mystics, we're Washington points, assists, steals, and blocks, while Kiki Riafen leads in rebounds. I'm going to be honest. There is no reason for the Washington Mystics, who have lost 4 of their last 5 games, to be in 6. How? Wait. They went up from... So they went 2-0 and were ranked 10th. They then go 1-4 and go up to 6th. What? Vegas Aces at 5. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. The Aces at 5. Absolutely fair. AJ Wilson might have be extra motivated to face former Aces teammates Kelsey Plum and Hamby. She had 35. To be fair, other than like Aja's had... I think Aja's had 2 really good games this season and has struggled quite a bit by her standards. Not struggled in general, but struggled by her standards. Like, I think if we're looking at the Aces, I don't think the Aces are great. I think Jewel Lloyd is having a bad season. I think Chelsea Gray's not, like, stop calling. I think stopping calling Chelsea Gray to point guard is going to be the best thing for her, because it means all of her, like, the level, like, Lashiza people is going to keep clowning their games. But Jackie Young and AJ Wilson have been very good. And again, the fact is like, it's been a disappointing start for the season for AJ Wilson as an individual, and she's still leading the team in every single stat, just shows how good AJ Wilson is. But yeah, I think the Aces aren't going to finish above the 4th seed. I don't think they're going to finish above 4. And number 4 is the Mercury. I mean, they're still getting dubs even without anybody. Like, they signed TJ McConnell's sister. They signed Haley Jones. They got rid of Uzun because she's gone back to Turkey for Eurobasket. But you also have to take into account, like, the Valkyries, by the way, are losing a bunch of players to Eurobasket. I'm trying to think who else has gone to Eurobasket. The Wings are losing Tierra McCowan, if that means anything. If that means anything, the Wings are losing Tierra McCowan. And she's gone and playing for Turkey. But yeah, like, it is an interesting one here. The Dream third, I actually don't hate it. I don't hate the Dream being third. Atlanta won at Seattle, and LA is benefiting from the offensive presence of leading scorers. Howard, 20.5 points. Gray, 19.1. Griner, 16.7. We're all in the top 10, unrivaled. That's unrivaled scoring. I was like, what are these points? What are these points? These aren't the WNBA points. And it's literally, the ESPN have literally gone and said, it's a list, because they were the scorers in unrivaled, they're going to be scoring well. Where's Bree Jones? Brittany Griner is having a horrendous season by her standards. Bree Jones has been 100 times better than Brittany Griner. Gray is having the best statistical season of her career, averaging 21.4 points, 4.6 assists, 5 boards, and Howard 17.6 points, nearly identical to her past 2 seasons, with her assists at 5 and rebounds on the up. The Atlanta Dream have been unbelievable. They have been unbelievable. The Liberty second, wow. I agree with that, but wow. He beat Golden State back-to-back meetings, handled business against Washington, then finished the week with its first 100-point game of the season, flattening Connecticut by 48, and what was the second largest margin of victory in WNBA history. The win made league history in 2 more ways. 53 field goal attempts are the fewest in a 100-point game, and their 19 3-pointers tied their own record set against the Sky earlier in the season. John Quell recorded double-doubles in all 4 wins, included a season-high 18 rebounds against the Mystics. Oh, man. She's going to... What does she have, like 10 more to break the record? And I won, like... You've got the Minnesota Lynx at 1. They beat Seattle, Phoenix, Golden State. Still, the Lynx are not impressed how they played. Fee Collier missed Friday's close win over the Mercury because of a knee injury. Told ESPN's Kendra Andrews that the 82-77 win over Storm was the Lynx' only good game of the season, and they were good. They were terrible. Was it the third quarter? They were up like 18 points and nearly blew it in that game. But yeah, the Fever at 9, I think, is a little bit crazy. The Storm being below. The Mystics, after losing 4 of their last 5, is kind of crazy. However, like, the Fever are probably going to lose. The Fever are probably going to lose to the Mystics, and the Fever are probably going to lose to the Sky. And even with Caitlin Clark back, because she's not going to be 100%, they're probably going to lose to the Dream. And then the freaking Liberty are just better than them, so they're probably going to lose to the Liberty. I'm going to be honest, like, I would not be shocked if the Fever start off 2-10. So maybe putting the Fever behind the Chicago Sky right now makes sense. Maybe it makes sense. The Fever are probably going to lose. Sorry, not 2-10, 2-8. The Fever are probably losing the next 4 games in a row. Like, if the Fever don't win tonight, they're going to go 2-8. Like, there's no way. There's no way. But yeah, it's an interesting one. At least they're going to be better than the Wings. I guess. But yeah, that is it.